Great cold open.
Yeah.
Perfect. Dead silence for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Hello, and welcome to Coast Corner K2 episode. I think it's episode like 10, actually. I've been off by a couple of numbers.
Yeah.
I'm your host, Kevin Chorus. I also moonlight as Dr. Nathaniel Boston Brook, and also every other NPC, for I am the Forever DM. I'm also joined by Nem, who plays the Bone Fairy Nyx and Tooth Fairy Companion, Yuna, and then I'm also joined by the Imperator, who plays Dr. Jason Van Helsing. Funster should be here at some point. Hopefully. I don't know, maybe he's deceased. He died in his sleep.
And until then, you'll probably just end up moonlighting as him.
No, actually, I'm gonna have him just teleport out of existence.
It's like really sticking to the narrative there.
For sure, for sure. But yeah. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, the party died. Yeah. Well, somebody did.
Yeah, the priest man, and then he got turned against us.
Yeah, the party finished their exploration of the mines. They found a room with a bunch of crystals in it. Talked about the crystals. Found out that it was a byproduct of a very powerful undead in the area.
And that the undead is Wendigo in nature.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say it is a full Wendigo. I'd say it's Wendigo in nature. Probably a byproduct of Wendigo.
I mean, he is classified as a Wendigo. It's just a very specific type of Wendigo.
Yeah, but what can be quantified as a Wendigo?
People who are possessed by a Wendigo spirit, and this person most certainly is.
But what defines a Wendigo?
Your mom.
I can tell you, because I have it written on the wiki.
I was trying to go into like the ancient aliens kind of spiel about like what a Wendigo actually is.
Wendigo, many different names across North America, are a strain of magically mutated, possessed humanoids with incredible powers and unending hunger for human flesh.
Well, congratulations, you just anti'd my joke, so.
You're welcome. So the group went down into this kind of secret sub-cave system. They were faced with a chest filled with a sphere of necrotic energy and decided, let's open it. At which point, a banshee almost ganked the whole party in one shot.
So could we have just bypassed that chest?
Yeah.
Right.
You could have never opened it. No, yeah, it's not.
The ever-present quest for knowledge.
So
curiosity is indeed what killed the cock.
Yeah, indeed. And the group that also led to Battlecock revealing his Soul Monk power, which I have finished, and I've updated the character sheets, so he has like 9 more abilities now, 10 more abilities.
We must destroy the Horcrux.
So yeah, Battlecock got a power up. The group found out that the Wendigo. They decided that they needed to kill it and then seal it in a magic circle in order to properly contain it and keep it from resurrecting before Bosserbrook could return with a silvered axe and knife and stuff required to fetch the thing.
So things essentially aren't going to go as well this game as we thought.
I mean, maybe. It just depends on if you guys survive the combat. So yeah, that last session ended with our intrepid adventurers splitting the party like buffoons. At which point, Father Brown.
You let it happen.
I did let it happen, yeah, because I'm not gonna hinder you guys. You guys do what you want to do. Father Brown got ganked, and then he got reanimated by the Wendigo, the Abyssal Archdruid. You all rolled initiative, and then.
Glad I don't have to deal with that.
You're gonna do your own stuff on your own time. It's just not gonna be a Wendigo.
But I rolled a 10 on that, right?
Yeah, he did. And the Archdruid has the same initiative as you. So he goes first because,
Well, I don't have to deal with it. I'm in an entirely different room.
Yeah, you're a ways away. You're like 60, 80 feet away. at least. And then also the lair action. I forgot to add the lair. So up first is the fairies.
I'm crying.
Alright, you spend your turn weeping uncontrollably.
Weep. Perish.
Over here. Actually, no, you would have been next to him. I'm just gonna go there.
Let me find their character sheet and I can tell you what I want to do.
Wow.
Alright, so there's... What can I attack?
You're in melee with both the undead Father Brown and the Abyssal Archdruid, who's kind of like phasing, like, I mean, you can't, I guess you can see him because you're a bone fairy, not night vision. So there's kind of like, it's very strange. He's kind of like standing in this kind of secondary, like smaller, thinner tunnel, but he's so big that like his shoulders and his arms and like his head and stuff are kind of like phasing into the stonework, and the stone is kind of rippling like water because he's an archdruid and he has magic earth powers. So you can hit him, but he's partially phased into the wall. And then you can also, you're also in melee with Father Brown, who is reanimated, body horror style, with a crown of thorns around his head. And I should note that the huge hole that the Wendigo punched into Father Brown's stomach has been filled with like a twisted, roiling, like ball of vines and like thorn bushes and stuff like that, and like flowers. He's kind of like.
Glad I don't have to deal with that.
Yeah, it's pretty terrifying. But you're a bone fairy, so you don't really care. Yeah.
I'm assuming I have bone mass. Yes, no, maybe so.
Yes.
You would.
I think I said that, like, between like
you'd
every
have like what?
Big mission, you get like it falls by half, so you'd have like 5. He thinks, yeah, because you got max before the end of the last session, last mission. So yeah, you would have 5.
Perfect. So I got a weapon.
I'll also post the image of the Wendigo.
I'm not proficient in any weapons, I believe, so I think I'm just going to get a bone dagger.
Alrighty, so you slurp out a bone dagger. There is the Wendigo. Okay, so yeah, you do that. That's your first action. We did kind of change around some of the melee weapon damages to accommodate the new system. So keep that in mind. Daggers do less damage now.
I didn't check that. Book.
Yeah, they do 1d4 instead of 1d6. Plus your bare hands damage.
Wait, what happened?
They still have the same amount of attacks, though, right?
Yeah, same amount of attacks.
Yeah, that's not bad.
What's happening now that wasn't happening before?
We're
Something about more damage.
We're gonna stab someone. That's all we're gonna do.
Oh, sick,
Yeah.
nasty.
Before we do that, can Yuna? I'm assuming this isn't a sentient creature.
No, he's insane, but he's sentient.
But is he sleep sentient?
No, he's an undead.
Like that. But
Sleep is still useless here.
Is he a toothache?
He does have teeth because he does have that deer skull for a head. So yeah.
And they can experience discomfort.
Mm-hmm.
This poor man, he should have worn a different skull today.
So I have a question about toothache. Does it go from like mild discomfort to oh my god, kill me now?
Well, it's like a stun, so yeah, it's like, oh my god, I want to rip my own tooth out, basically, like unnaturally painful.
Can the monsters or can like the target actually rip its own tooth out? Like, is that a thing that can happen?
I mean, yeah, that has no mechanical difference. Just they're knocked down one tooth.
I was gonna say like that would be like 10 damage, not even like
To just
0.5,
oof.
0.5
single
damage. So you
Damn.
knock down like 1 health off of like 345.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
you're gonna use toothache on him then, or try to use toothache. All right.
yeah, yes.
So this is an endurance check from him. Unsurprisingly, as an undead made of wood and also an equivalent of an archmage, he's very enduring. He does pass with a 5, yeah.
So this doesn't affect him at all,
No.
is what you're saying.
But now I
Oh,
like to
that's
think that
unfortunate.
like Yuna goes to make his tooth hurt, so he literally just like pulls it out of his head. He's an undead. He's like, ow, and he just chucks it on the ground.
What a bother.
Yeah.
What a bother.
Damn.
Yeah.
That and then she's gonna shoot like a Fey Fire arrow.
Hey.
You can hit both Father Brown and the Archdruid because they are adjacent to each other.
Yeah, kabam.
Alrighty. So I will remember that. So they can't benefit from being invisible. That doesn't apply because they can't go invisible. They shed light. Alright. Other creatures, including the user, attempt to hit the target with a ranged attack, get an advantage. That'll be good for X when he unleashes his fireballs upon the Archdruid.
X6.
Alright, so that's Yuna's actions. Nyx has a single one remaining.
Yes, and with 8 agility and half the speed, she has 4 attacks.
Oh.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
So she's gonna like slash twice, and then use your new mechanic of the dodge for the other 2
to gain 2 more dodges.
You
Okay.
know it.
The Archdruid is not going to try to dodge these. He's going to just take them in the face because he's an Archdruid and also a Wendigo. He doesn't care about, like, the little, bone needles. So you just do your damage. He has armor as well.
How dare.
Yeah,
I can just imagine it's like, how dare you? How
Yeah,
dare
like,
you?
ugh. Yeah, if he could...
Do a D. What was my?
Peasantly fey.
100 for strength 8.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, if Archwood could speak English, he would tell you that, you're insulting him by hitting him, which is a weak object. But, alas, he does not speak English.
So
And you do not speak Druidic, so...
Yeah, nor do you
We
speak
seem
Spears.
I did a
we
total
seem
of
to be at a language
230
barrier.
damage.
See, the only thing that sucks here is that no one can purify the purifier.
Yeah, exactly. Father Brown is just undead now. Actually, I need to...
See, if only we had someone to purify him.
Yeah. Wow, you only passed one of those checks for armor, so he takes 130 damage instead of 230 damage. I'd love to see it. Alrighty. So that's the
Anyone
fairy's
here
turn.
speak native?
Up next is the Abyssal Archdruid.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That is
How
crazy.
quirky.
It is very quirky. What is he going to do? I think he doesn't really care that you stabbed him with these little needles. He is entirely unperturbed.
Technically, you could... Have we set the definition of what sleep is? Is it a physical sleep? Is it a metaphysical sleep? Is it...
No, we looked at the.
Sleep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. In D&D, it doesn't work on undead at all.
So. Paralysis would probably work better then.
Yeah, paralysis would work better. He could be annoying, or he could be less annoying.
Or he could just flat out kill you.
I don't think he could kill her in one strike. The lair could try. The lair might succeed. But
Valeria's
he
probably
himself
gonna
could.
try and kill me.
He could.
I might die.
Um,
So I have, just to clarify, I have a 10-minute head start on
no,
my.
you have like a 5 minute head start for a 10 minute
Oh,
ritual.
oh, for a 10-minute ritual.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, right? I don't need to like hold concentration on this, right? I can set it up, have it stay there, and then it's just a thing that's there, right?
You need to do
Like I
you
could.
need to use one action per round to keep doing it, because it's a ritual, not like I guess like rituals you cannot be interrupted. Basically, yeah, you have
Okay,
to
but
keep doing them.
but I'm saying once I complete it,
Then it's good. Yeah,
I
then
can
you're good.
have it sit and wait,
Yeah,
right?
then it's not
I can
concentration.
set it as like a held action.
Yeah, it's just a thing that is there now.
Okay, 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 good.
He's going to he'll do that once per action, whereas he can make a couple punchy punches.
Punch. He's just gonna punch.
I mean, he has like these massive, like machete-sized claws. So
This abyssal horror is just going to clench fist and
Clench
punch.
Fist is gonna backhand the Bone Fairy.
Damn.
Who else is he
Off
in
me,
melee?
dirty Fae.
He's only in melee with the fairy, so he can actually hit anybody else. Hilarious.
See, it would be great if undead could speak,
I mean, this guy just can't speak English.
but like he doesn't. So he
Yeah,
doesn't
exactly.
do any like
Taunting.
like aggressive taunts.
Yeah. I mean, I think he probably tries, but you can't understand him because he don't speak Nez Pierce. So it just sounds like, Native American sing-song language, and you're just like, oh, okay, sure, buddy, whatever you say.
Thanks for that compliment.
Yeah.
That was
He's
very
going
eloquent
to.
of you.
His first action's gonna be. Yeah, he's just gonna go two
Excuse me.
punches at you. Smack, smack.
2 dodge checks.
Yep.
Wait, do I have armor?
I think so. You should. You have like innate armor. Yeah. 2 in both
What
of
is
them.
it?
2. It isn't great, but
Oh god,
it's pretty good.
that's not great at all.
No.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's fantastic.
I'm definitely dodging.
All right. Are you gonna use
Holding on the
reactions, or
down.
are you gonna use your 2 saved up?
2 saved. 2 saved. With a 7 and an 8.
7 and 8. All right. So you do. So he springs these 2. So you go in and you stab him twice. This dagger.
Chink chink.
Actually, you do. I mean, less damage than you already did because he's resistant to non-magical weapons.
Oh my god,
You only
bro.
actually do 65 damage. Lamau.
That's crazy.
So you kind of like stab at him, and the Dome Dagger kind of like bounces off of the armor, or the wooden torso a little bit. Actually, as you like the one good hit you do get in that does 65 damage. This creature is so magically imbued with necrotic energy that your dagger begins to necrotize in your hand as it's just by being stabbed into him, and it turns black. So you quick yank it out before it like melts in your hand, basically. And
It's
then
like
he
I
comes.
can't touch him.
You can, but stabbing the
Range.
dagger into him.
Range.
So you go into and you yank the dagger out, and he goes to like two-handed like hammer fist down on you, and you jump out of the way, and he swipes at you with his claws, and you manage to duck underneath him and around them. His second action, we to commit suicide.
Oh my gosh.
Please.
Second action, he is going to.
I don't feel like undying today, so I'm gonna undie
I
again.
don't feel like undying today. He's gonna.
Commit seppuku.
I don't think he's gonna go for that spell. I don't think he thinks he needs to turn to magic just yet. He is going to try to, extend a hand towards you, basically, and make like a single melee attack. His hand kind of He's this huge hand with these machete-sized, sharp talons. It kind of like glows with like a weird shadowy aura, and he goes to
Slap his hand away.
he goes to like facepalm you. You can attempt to dodge because it's just a melee attack.
Sure.
And I'm pretty sure
That's-
you have like multiple reactions, so you should be fine.
Well, didn't you also do the thing where you get plus dodges?
Yeah. So she used both of those to dodge his melee attack, his earlier
well.
ones, his first action.
And
A
there
lot.
we
You only
go.
have one reaction remaining, so you would have taken a lot of damage if you had used those dodges. So that's good. See, mechanic already doing good work.
Oh
I got-
wait, I have other things too that you added. I just
got
realized.
8.
Got an 8. All right, so he goes to launch his hand out at you, kind of in the face, and you bring the dagger up and you ping. You kind of like but you feel that like as you block this thing's punch, it is this creature is just as strong as you are. Like he is a big beefy boy. That is the Archdruid's turn. We go then to JVH. Back in the room with Mason Anvil. You are halfway through your ritual.
Can I describe the doing of the ritual?
Sure.
So with my sword in the ground, like stabbed into the earth, I am stationary as I'm essentially whispering divine words, letting my body be a vessel for my branch of divine energy, and that is the ritual that I am doing,
So
or
if you
that is
look,
the method of ritual.
all the way at the bottom of your
Ritualism.
There's a new ritual in your repertoire that is called.
I do. I
Healing
saw
Circle.
that.
Yeah.
I
And
do
that's the
that.
spell
So
that
that
you're
is
casting.
essentially, yeah. That is what I'm doing. Yeah. So that is how it's done.
Cool. Yeah. So you're over there. You're channeling your energy through your body, and you're kind of carving these very intricate sigils. I assume you're going to choose the undead option for the type of creature that you want to.
Yes,
affect.
of the undead variety.
Yeah. So you're inscribing these very intricate runes, and when you finish each rune, they pulse and glow with radiant golden light as you move on to the next one, and you keep doing that. So that's your turn. Up next is
Now all I can do as I perform this ritual is hope that
yes,
things don't go awry.
Yes, you can do this for like 5 minutes, and then you start to hear like oh, you're clipping, ting, 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 like explosions and combat sound coming from down the hallway. And Mason turns over, looks over his shoulder, and he's like, I think they found him.
All right. Well, we need to stay here because we need to be the bait as soon as they get. Or we need to be the anchor for like when they come towards us. So all we can do is wait. Although I would love to go and help them right now, and they probably need it, but we need them to be our distraction.
And Anvil kind of hoists the huge like rock breaker or sledgehammer that he has off on his back, and he hoists it in his hands, and he just gets ready. He's just all right. Where are the monsters
I'm gonna
come
turn. I'm gonna while I'm doing this, I'm going to turn to Anvil, and I'm going to let him know, hey, I appreciate you doing this because if you didn't come with me, I'd probably be dead.
Looks over his shoulder, and he's like, no thanks necessary. It's part of my job, helping the common man, and you folks seem to do that, so I am honor bound. And you just see him kind of regret his decision to come here, in the back of his mind is like, But then
This is gonna get sketchy.
his hammer begins to glow with the radiant holy energy of judicial responsibility. As he stands there as
Being
a
an
paladin.
adult.
Yeah, waiting for some monster to appear so that he can whack him all back to hell. So that is GVH's turn. We cut back over to the fight at hand. Battlecock, ready to reveal his new powers. So he can choose what personality he wants to do. I'm going to choose Monk because that's the only one that has soul magic.
Correct.
Where is he? Battlecock, Death Monk. Let's see, what can he do? He could do a little bit of flying, his usual stuff. He could War Cry and raise initiative. That could be good, actually.
Ooh, that could be good. So is it only raise initiative for the party or raise initiative
Yeah, raise
for
initiative
anybody?
for all allies within 100 feet.
Oh, okay.
Which is pretty dang good.
Because there are a couple of scenarios where
Yeah.
he can raise the initiative,
Of
but
the
for
enemies.
everybody in a radius,
Yeah.
or you know.
Yeah, it's all allies within 100 feet.
Sick. So do I get an initiative raise from that, or?
If you use it, probably, I think you're within 100 feet. Rise and Shine could
I sure hope I am.
Actually, Rise and Shine is just Spare the Dying. I actually figured out a way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I figured out a way to make Spare the Dying work in Quest for the Core, which was not an easy thing to figure out, but I pulled it off.
Care to explain?
So that this spell, when an ally within 30 feet of the user falls to 0 total health, the user can negate the ally's need to make a mercy roll, instantly stabilizing the ally. The target remains unconscious, and this requires he spends 5 key points in a reaction or whatever.
Oh,
So
that's sick.
Yeah, if somebody
That's
dies,
actually sick.
the mercy roll, they're guaranteed to survive, but it's unconscious, right? Very good. Like, will be a lifesaver for someone, probably in this combat, if I had to take a gander.
Honestly.
He
So,
couldn't heal.
the one thing I will say that we need to, we'll talk about it after.
Isn't it a missile? He could, like, use one of his concentration abilities and be super sick, but then he's just going to go for Cock-a-doodle-doo and raise initiative, because that's a top-tier ability.
That is cock-a-doodle-doo.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Yes, the combat chicken using a chicken ability.
You guys are just within 100 feet.
Oh,
Yeah, just within
boy.
so you're 98 feet away from him, basically.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, we're within 100 feet. So all of you get +3 to your initiatives.
Oh, baby.
So Anvil's up to 16, Bossbrook's up to 12, which is good. X is up to 15, JVH is up to 18, Battlecock is up to 17, and the fairies go up to 19. Christ.
Oh, baby. What have you made?
Yeah, that was one of Xavier's suggested abilities, so that's why it's so powerful.
What have you allowed to happen?
I mean, this is a once per combat thing, so it's balanced in that sense. And it
Okay.
requires he spends 3 key points. He was down to 17 out of 20, because I did give him 5 extra key points for this level up for him. Which is pretty good. His second
Yeah, I'd
action-
say so.
Second action, I think he's going to... He's going to go... He's going to do Feathers from Beyond. So two pairs of... two additionals, so 1 pair of spectral, ghostly, super buff martial art Tibetan monk arms phase out of Battlecock's body, and he gains the ability to
Punch.
to make 2 additional unarmed strikes per action, and he also
that's
multiplies the number of attacks he does with Bicycle Kick by 2, which is a lot. Brings that to
That
like 8 or
is-
something like that, or 9.
That is absolutely bananas.
That requires he makes an endurance check. He does with a 6, and that is also concentration, and it's 5 key points to do. He's down to 12, so it's concentration, but he can do it. So next turn he can punch really good. Probably take out the Reverend if I had to, take a gander. So that is.
So
Battlecock.
essentially, Battlecock now gains the ability to feel things with hands.
Yeah, basically. But that's Battlecock's turn. Up next is Mason Anvil, who has no one to fight. So he's going to hold action until he sees something in melee range, and then he'll gank it. In that case, it is X's turn. What will X do? He's probably
Oh,
gonna
I
pick six.
completely forgot. X is also applied to that buff.
Yeah. So you also got +3 for 2 his initiative. I think he's gonna pick 6, probably the like Father Brown, because like easy
Okay.
add to just gank and get out of the fight.
What do you mean he's not gonna pick 6 the walls?
And he's gonna wildly open fire, full auto flames. So pick 6. 6.
I love it how he's got more powerful abilities, but
But he
pick
only
6
uses
has just
pick 6.
become such a meme
Yeah.
that it's like that's his go-to ability because we know it never fails.
I mean, it is also like a cantrip, so
It's super powerful,
yeah,
yeah.
it's easily the strongest cantrip they've ever made. Is like it does as much damage as like I don't know. It used to be what a greatsword did, but now it's half what a greatsword could do. So it's still pretty good.
wait until JVH starts learning cantrips, and then I learn pick 6.
You can just take it from him. Teach me your ways, magic man.
Call me Kakashi because I'm becoming the copy ninja.
Wow. And then Bosworth's gonna learn pick 6 and it's the whole party. Running around spraying fireballs at both hands.
I kind of want to. I might just pick 6. I'm gonna take the safe approach and go with pick 6. Are you sure?
Who needs any other spell when you have pick 6? Honestly, invisibility? No.
So powerful.
You don't need to be invisible. There's nobody left alive to see you.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think he's gonna do like 4. I don't know. No, he's gonna do all 6 into the reverend. Why not? He's gonna overkill the reverend.
He's a holy man. What he would want.
Yeah, exactly. He's gross. Shotgun blast of shots.
Ew,
well, he
peasant.
failed 2 of them with natural ones. You know what that means?
Oh no.
Wild magic surge.
Oh no. See what happens when X doesn't do pick 6?
Yeah, exactly. This is what happens.
When anyone other than X does pick 6.
1d10,000. I roll 9,434. That is really high.
That
highest thing
is.
I've ever gotten on one of these. 9,334. 9,300 and no, wasn't 434. Here we go. The next weapon drawn nearby ignites and burns like magnesium.
What?
The next weapon drawn nearby ignites and burns like magnesium. So life's limit's gonna be on fire. Okay.
So wait, is this defined as the blade ignites or the weapon itself ignites?
I'm gonna choose to interpret it as the blade, because reading the other ones seems to refer to like the damage that it can deal. Like the next weapon drawn nearby can't cross running water, or it can't kill anyone while its owner is alive. That's pretty awful.
You said he did 2.
Well, yeah, because pick 6 is like a weak spell. He needs to crit fail 2 of the shots to do a magic surge.
To get one.
Yeah,
to get one
surge.
magic surge.
And
okay.
He did. So he had one surge, and this was ignites and burns like magnesium. Magnesium explodes in contact with oxygen. I'm pretty sure, like getting with oxygen. So life's limit is going to be also on fire.
No. It doesn't explode. It's a. How do I describe this? It's
very hot fire.
It's more like a flare.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It does, so it doesn't explode, but
it
burns with a surge of light.
Yeah.
And it actually would apply a blind. Yeah.
Yeah, if you were to like press it against
so anyone
face.
Looking at it, anyone just looking at it would be blinded.
See, I'm pretty sure the rest of them hit. Yes, they match. So also all 4 of them do hit. So that's 4d12 damage. Wow. I rolled a 12 on one of those dice and a 10, and then 2 2s. Opposite ends of the spectrum. So that is 260 damage, doubled to 620. Yeah, that kills Father Brown. Just.
Wait a minute. Did you factor in he has advantage?
Oh.
Oh, that
No,
is
I
true.
did not. Liz did beat that anyway, but I guess the magic surge wouldn't go off. So, unfortunately, Monster Buck's last summon does not get to be a flare gun.
Magnesium.
Yeah, it does not get to combust. What a shame.
So you need to roll 2 more d12.
I mean, he's gonna be dead anyway.
Roll it. Did we ask?
That's another.
I want to see what this final calculation's gonna be.
That's another 340 damage. So that brings the total to like 800 and something, or something like that. So yeah, Father Brown is super obliterated. Just always like it was like a shotgun blast of fireballs, just poof, and they just eviscerate Father Brown. He is instantly burned to ash. But like when the fire, like X's fire is usually like orange, you know, it's normal fire. But when it hits the Father, it burns blue because it's hellfire. You know, it converts to hellfire, and the Reverend like, thank you.
Is it just because he's holy?
Yeah, and it was exit.
So his soul is sent to hell.
Well, so yeah, his soul would be. Well, he's not undead, so his soul would have already gone up to the afterlife anyway. But his body is ash, reduced to atoms. That is X's first action. His second action.
I took the stones and used them to destroy the stones.
He could. He could like curse him.
Good.
Or he could just pick 6 again.
Good.
Or he could use his crystal revolver.
Or his timepiece.
Or his time. I think he's just gonna pick 6 again, to be honest. Because why not?
It's an ever faithful companion.
It is, honestly.
The cantrip pick 6.
Yeah, and they are also all at advantage.
This is true.
I rolled 3 1s that time. What is happening? Jesus. Okay, good thing you have advantage.
Did you fail them all?
You want to know? So I had to re-roll 4 dice. Okay, do you want to know what I rolled on 2 of them?
What?
1.
1?
So one of them remains a 1. The rest of the ones are nullified. Or 2 of them still do end up failing.
I get a feeling that this is just a characteristic of the character.
Yeah, so 4 of them do hit again.
I think this is just something to do with the character of X.
Yeah, honestly. Wow, you rolled really poorly for dice as well, for damage. That's 280
And this is just his
damage.
character. It's not that bad.
Look, it's doubled because of fighting an undead. 280 plus 65 is 345.
But like that's not that bad.
That's pretty good. So that's another shotgun blast goes off. Some of them do go wide and smack into the walls, but it's stone, so nothing catches on fire. That is X's turn. Up next is Father Brown's dead. I can take him off the counter too.
Yeah.
So X is issue 15. Then it's just Boston Brook.
Don't forget, you guys. You do need to, instead of killing him there, you do need to lure him to where I am.
We can kill him anywhere and then put his body in the circle, and then he'll be trapped in the circle.
True. True. As long as you buy me enough time for one more turn.
Yeah. So the group, you guys are fighting, and X and Boston are pushing this door open, and this chaos happens. So X turns around and poof, poof, and he shotgun blasts these fireballs, destroys the Reverend, blasts the Wendigo. Boston Brook, he turns around, he sees the combat starting. Is he going to go for his sword, or is he going to go for a spell first? He might spell first, honestly.
That's a good question.
He's going to find staircase.
An important tactic.
Indeed.
Because then he can use the Joestar secret technique.
Yeah, running away.
Yes. Yes. It is an ancient secret technique passed along by the Joestar bloodline.
You could death ward someone, and that might be useful, but it got to be in melee for that. So you can only hit X with that, and I don't think he thinks X is gonna die. So he's just gonna.
I also don't think that would be smart to hit X with that.
To what? Death ward him? That means that he survives being hit with, and like if attack would kill him, it doesn't.
Oh well, then yeah, never mind. Then do it.
Sure. So he death wards his X. So for 8 hours, he is death warded, and then he will draw his 1911 and just blat blat. Two shots into.
You gotta kill the soul.
Yeah, you gotta kill the soul. 45 ACP. Silver bullets.
Don't let it become liberal.
I think he actually misses for one of those shots, surprisingly. He does.
That is no bueno.
But this is also double damage because it's silver against an undead. So one shot is equivalent to 2. He does 160 damage. This can be blocked with armor, though, on the Archdruid's part. He manages to block one of them, so that 160 goes to 60. Bam, bam. 2 shots ring out into the night.
I can hear them down the hall. Oh no.
Yeah, 2 gunshots. One of them hits, smacks into the stonework. Second one, blasts the Archdruid in the chest. And you guys can still see the silver reflecting in the firelight of the fireballs and stuff lodged in.
So do I see like the muzzle flash and like the fire going?
You guys are around a corner, so you can hear, but you can't. Maybe you can see like
there'd be like
lights,
faint, like
dancing
flashes
on the walls and stuff. Yeah, you can hear them all, like the when the gunshots and as the monster screams. That's Boston Brook's turn. Up next is the lair. 6.
Oh no!
Now comes the fun part. This is where the fun begins.
So, I can't really. Never mind. Because I was gonna say, can I use a preparedness check to have casted a counter spell on myself?
Counter spell is a reaction that blocks against people casting spells.
Yeah,
Generally.
and then I realized what it is. I was like, oh, yeah, never mind.
What does the lair want to do? I don't think it knows. Well, the Archdruid doesn't know that GVH is here yet, so he's not going to deal with that.
This is true.
Instead, he's going to gank probably Xavier, because X is the one that did like a bajillion damage and instantly killed his minion. So that's no bueno. Oh, he could hit both X and Boston Brook in one hit. Ooh. Because it's an AoE attack. Yeah, sure. Why not? So X and Boston Brook are against this door. They're firing fireballs. They're shooting guns and casting spells. And all of a sudden, poof! The ground underneath them erupts in an explosion like a geyser went off. And they both take 1d12 times 10 damage. This can't kill either of them, luckily. Actually, it could, because X is almost dead. Luckily, I rolled a 10, so minimum damage to both him and Boston Brook. But they are both thrown into the air and are knocked 5 feet away from the AoE and knocked prone. So they are both thrown away and then knocked prone.
No,
So
all
X is
we
now
need
in melee.
all we need to happen is for that Wendigo to make a mistake and switch positions with one of them.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
This explosion erupts out of the ground. Boston Brook and X are they're thrown to the side. They don't take it really, and they like scratched and cut up, but could have been much worse. And they're just kind of thrown to the side and knocked over. That's the Lair's action. Top of the turn order, it's the fairies.
Stop.
You are still in melee with the Abyssal Archdruid.
You know it.
Mm-hmm.
An eternal stalemate. It's a war of attrition.
Definitely. I think that's gonna happen. Is it just the Archmage? Like, is that the only enemy?
Yeah.
Indeed.
Can I shoot a cursed arrow at it?
No.
Yeah.
Well, bam.
No. You are barred from cursed arrows.
Really, I already hit it.
Perception check.
Eight.
And it's for 5 combat turns as well, so I need to...
A 1, you curse yourself.
8. Alright, to succeed. He will try to dodge this, though, because he can detect magic. He knows that arrow is imbued with magics. He succeeds. So you...
Oh, wait a minute.
And he kind of like cricks his neck, and the arrow sails past him.
Damn. He's gonna do it again.
Okay. Second curse arrow.
7.
Okay, I'm gonna try to dodge you the second time. You got a 10 this time, so this arrow comes at him, and he just catches it like Miyagi style between two fingers. And then he snaps it, the arrow in half, and the magic dissipates. And he mutters something in this Pierce that you don't understand, like some kind of taunt that you don't get.
It's probably along the lines of, I'll do it again.
Yeah. He has many reactions.
I can see that.
But he has many reactions.
He has
so that is Eunice's
3
turn.
reactions. That's crazy, because immediately...
Another arrow.
No, bone spike.
Alright, you're gonna bone spike him.
Yeah, you know.
Why don't you just try to do a fucking paralysis arrow, bro?
Because I only have 2, and a cursed arrow will allow me to do more stuff.
Fair enough.
Bone spike is another half of the bone mass. You're down to 4. He's not gonna dodge this, I don't think. It does ignore his armor, but he doesn't really care. So you just do your damage.
Imagine this is the one attack that like really hurts.
It's definitely not. It's definitely not.
Yeah, it's definitely not. Because he takes half damage from non-magical weapons.
Yeah, even if I
From
roll
non-magical weapons?
Yes.
And bones are non-magical.
It's almost like the one person that has a magical weapon. A little tied up.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to check, right?
No, because you're in melee with him.
Okay. Or is it 1d12? I think that said. Is that
Yep.
what it said?
Mm-hmm. So you just grow this big javelin of bone and you chuck it at this dude. You kind of just stab him with it, and he just takes it.
Man, he takes 200 damage.
That is literally impossible.
What I mean is, he takes 100
All right, here's
because he.
50.
What? No,
Can you
it's
resist?
200 damage
It's 1d12 times 10, my dude.
plus bare hands.
Is it plus bare hands? Oh, it is plus bare hands. So he does take. So is 200 halved, or is it 200 like?
No, it's 200, but it would be the half. I thought you were acknowledging that it was over. It's half.
So he takes
Yeah.
100 up to.
That would have meant that he would have had to have taken 400 damage to get 200.
Yeah. So you throw this thing into him, and it slams into his chest. But like an ancient oak tree, he does not move. It definitely hurts him, but you know, he kind of like snarls at
Like
you.
an ancient oak tree.
Mm-hmm. Because he's made of wood. That is the Bone Fairy's first action.
Hold on.
Well done.
Second action will be perish.
Yeah. So since she has the dagger still, and she's not gonna stab him, she's just gonna use all four as dodges.
Okay, so you're just gonna like defensive stance basically, just
Ultra instinct.
yeah, essentially. Okay. Then it is JVH's turn. Keep working on that ritual.
Yeah.
Up next is Battlecock. Battlecock, who is chilling like a villain. He does have his arms out, so he is going to run around first action. Second action, he's going to bicycle kick with his new arms.
Bicycle kick with his arms.
Yeah, because they're ghost arms. Uses ghost arms and bicycle kick, which does actually do full damage because they do count as magic. Where is his character sheet? Here we go. Let's see. Bicycle kick does half of his agility stat plus 1. So that would be 3. So 4 times 2 is 8 attacks coming at him. What? 1d6 times 10 per attack. 8 attacks. 2 chi points. You need to remember that. He's down to 10. He's used half of his ki points in a single combat round.
I'm proud of him.
So that's 8 attacks. That's 8d6 times 10. Jesus.
Jeez.
Alright.
Yeah.
That is 340 damage. So
Bring jackets to her? Oh, you mean bring the chair.
That is a big oof. So Battlecock runs up to the Archdruid, flutters his wings in the air, and just machine gun punches this Archdruid. And for the first time, you guys see the Archdruid actually like feel pain. These impacts are like imbued with magic key soul energy, and the extra pair of arms are wailing into him. Like splinters go everywhere. His like bark skin cracks and shatters. His skull gets like busted in. His teeth go flying. His antlers are cracked and fall off. Like he's messed up. He bleeds this kind of strange, like pitch
Black ichor.
Yeah. So he's
Okay.
like left side of his torso and his
So,
head is just.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Is the Archmage the boss?
Yes.
Okay.
The Archdruid. So that's Battlecock's turn. Anvil, same thing as before, holding action. Now it is the Archdruid's turn. So he is very fired for 1 more combat turns. Very fired. He's very fired for 4 more turns. X is death warded for like 8 hours. Alright, Archdruid. No, I should just regenerate. So I gotta find that first. Is a 1D. Nope. Oh, it doesn't regenerate. Wow. Could have sworn I made it regenerate. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do when he comes for you? He's going to. Well, X is right next to him, prone, which is no bueno for X.
Correct.
Also, he did just get like slapped around by a chicken. So his pride,
which is
hurt more than his
incomprehensible.
body. Yeah, honestly. So in that case, he's going to. I think he's just gonna like gank Battlecock. Actually, just two.
Oh no.
Two claw strikes. Battlecock can dodge. I think one of them, or 2 of them, maybe 2. Nope, 1. He can dodge 1 of them. Does he do it? Yes. He only takes 1 attack, which is 1d100 doubled because his claws are big. That's 80 damage. Battlecock would be dead if it wasn't for the death ward. Actually, no, he's not death warded. X is death warded.
X is death warded.
Lamau. Did I give Battle? I think I gave Battlecock more health, didn't I?
I think so. I would believe so.
I thought I did. So I don't think he has 75 health before. Unless he has 100 now, because he should have more health. He leveled up like massively. So he is still alive, but he is going to be unconscious very shortly.
Oh no.
He's down to 20 HP.
Oh no.
But a single swipe of the Archdruid's mighty fist. So this, and it shreds Battlecock across the side, across the back, almost decapitates him. That
Man, this is what Battlecock gets for trying to help us. I feel terrible.
Honestly.
We need to get him some armor. Like, honestly.
For sure. Archdruid's second action is going to be to cast the Darkness spell.
The Darkness spell.
Mm-hmm.
That's ominous.
Yeah, what does it do? It's a darkness spell.
Nobody knows.
It's a very standard spell.
Nobody knows. Because no one can see it.
Oh, that's awesome. Nobody can't see it. That is the wrong way to make it bigger. We want. Here we go. 30 foot. So, since they're centered on. I'll say centered on himself because he's a nerd. This. Also, the fairies, Battlecock, X, Boston Brook. You're all fighting this Archdruid in the dark, basically, in very dim lighting, and all of a sudden, this like sphere
it gets darker
of absolute darkness just expands out from the Archdruid, and it is like you're blind, basically. You kind of being blind, but he can still see. Not that it matters because it's a second.
Wait, no, can't the Fae still see?
No, they can't see through magical darkness. Mundane darkness.
Well, that sucks.
But not magic darkness. This is absolute. Let's see, Archdruid's turn. He summons his darkness. It is now X's turn.
Can't they pull like Alien versus Predator and switch to magical vision? Or can they not see magic?
Magic vision doesn't give you like shapes and stuff. It just gives you auras and like general ideas. Depending on.
Well, still that would still be.
Yeah, it doesn't help you
that would still
see
be
things in a fight. So X is knocked prone. So he's going to stand up. First action. Second action, he's in melee with the Archdruid. He does not like that. So the second action is going to be to disengage. And use the rest of his movement to book it down the hallway.
A smart idea, because it is about to be the top of the turn order.
Yeah. So
Does he grab Battlecock, though?
No, because that would have his movement even more, and he only has, like, tipping movement anyway.
Is that the man
is
himself?
that the man himself? It is the man himself.
Ah.
Let's see.
So who's gonna be the brave one and grab the cock?
Probably Boston Brook, because he can take a couple of punches if he needs to. So that's Axe's turn. That was Archdruid. Up next is Boston Brook. First action will be to stand from prone, as using half of his movement. Rest of his movement, actually no. Bonus action, well, a free action, draw sword, so he has more movement. And then he will run for his rest of his first action into melee with the Archdruid. His second action,
of course,
will be to. I guess he can't see. He's nothing. He's blind. Forgot about that. So he has no idea where he's going.
All he has to do is run. If he bumps into a wall, he can just.
Well, he can
feel.
He can feel where the wall is. He's against one of them, so you can feel where that wall is.
Oh my gosh! No, this is a perfect opportunity. Cast Find Staircase.
Ironically enough, he is adjacent to a staircase, so he can just feel it.
He can cast Find Staircase, and then find the staircase, and leave. Boom.
I mean, he'd be running deeper into the cave if he casted Find Staircase right now. So he would be booking it into room 11 if you were to do that.
Well, yes, but think about it. In the Wendigo's crack-addled mind, Boston Brook would not be the smart choice to go for.
Well, he doesn't know that Boston Brook's even that big of a threat. He's more angry at Battlecock and X for shooting fireballs and kicking him in the face repeatedly. Because the fairies are just a nuisance, basically. And Boston Brook shot him, but whatever, it's a bullet. You know, who cares? It's an immortal Archdruid Wendigo creature.
We'll be right back.
Oh boy.
Wow. I guess the fairies do perish.
Yes. I don't know. I have like how many dodge checks again?
Like 4.
5.
5.
4. 4 or 5.
Yeah, it's 5. So.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Boston Brook, he is blind because he's in the darkness spell. So basically, he's going to stand up, do a hold his action to where if something comes in his view, he's just going to swing. Like, it's the first thing. Just reactionary.
Who,
swipe.
Boston Brook's going to do this?
Yeah, with Life's Limit. He's just wild swipe. The first thing that he comes into proximity.
So X could come into proximity.
Yeah,
and then he could kill X.
Just get bisected. So yeah, that's Boston Brook's turn. Up next is the Lair. Hoo boy. What will the Lair do?
Stealth mode, don't fail me now. Well, because my whole thing is that whatchamacallit, Anvil and I don't register as a threat, do we?
Well, because the Archdruid knows that you're there, but he's like, you are in the fight with him, so he's like, I'll handle them later. You know, after I gank this old man, this chicken, this human warlock, and this fairy. You know, like.
Yeah.
So he could Explosion of Earth again, but that wouldn't hit anybody. Well, it wouldn't hit 2 people, so it's not good use of an AoE.
It's not worth.
Yeah. He could double blind somebody, which would be pretty funny. But he's not going to do that either.
Double blind.
Yeah, double blind someone. You are super blind. I think he's going to...
Mega blind.
Is he going to do his ultimate ability? I don't think so. He's going to use his other thing. The Lair is going to let him teleport, basically. So he teleports away. He kind of melds into the stone. The darkness spell does stay in its place because that isn't, centered on him. That is a good idea. I think, so, I mean, if the party could see, then you would see him slink into the wall and disappear. GVH and Anvil, you guys see Wendigo creature just phase out of the wall across the room from you.
Oh, he made the wrong decision of people to go after.
Yeah, so he's here now.
Okay.
So that's the layer's turn. Type of a turn order. The fairies aren't here. I'm gonna say that they spend their turn moving.
Are they moving towards me?
Yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
They got to
10,
be careful
11, 12,
because
13,
depending on
14,
where
15,
I'm setting up this circle.
Well, they aren't affected because they're not undead. So.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Can you imagine if Mason is undead?
It'd be a hilarious plot twist. Mason's actually like a vampire this whole time.
Like he takes a step into the circle and he's just bound. It's like a painful binding spell. Like
yeah, so it is GVH's turn. You're now staring down this injured, oozing tree Wendigo creature wrapped in Archdruid's shamanistic robes.
Have I finished the spell?
No. Each combat turn is 6 seconds. So you've got like a dozen combat turns left. More than that, actually, you have like 40.
Oh no.
45 left.
Can I throw Mason my lighter?
Yeah, you can do that if you want.
Okay, sick.
You're adjacent to him, so you can just hand it to him and just be like, "Here you go, use this."
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so you hand it to him, and you keep working on the spell. And he looks at the lighter, and he looks at you, and looks at the Archdruid that's like, you know, like oozing out of the stonework, these massive claws. And he's like, "Oh!"
Okay. So that's my. Is that counted as a free action? Like.
It's just I'll say that's an action.
Oh. Well,
it doesn't disturb the ritual
then.
because it's, you know, quick and easy. But
Well, I could just have him like reach into my pocket if he's next to me.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
So then it's not really me expending an action.
Sure, I'll say it's a free action.
Okay. As my second action, or as my first action, then. Let's see. So I don't really want to do anything that's going to disturb me doing this ritual.
Yep.
So can I?
You can't cast spells during a ritual without disturbing it, because that would obviously like interrupt the ritual what you're trying to do.
Oh, so I guess I couldn't cast dampening fog.
No, you could shoot him. You could, I don't know. You know, if he's in the middle, you could stab him. You could stab Mason.
I don't want to do that. So I can shoot him. I can shoot him without disturbing the ritual.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll do that then.
All right.
Can I? Oh wait, hold on. Can I change the ammo type that I'm using?
I mean, you only have the standard rounds on you.
Oh, because I have a different ammo type that I'd like to add to my repertoire when I get back to base. Then.
Okay, sure.
I'll tell you what it is. It's ricochet rounds. Yes. So that I could see coming in handy. You like shoot a wall and it bounces off. And
that would be a round a shot that ignores cover bonuses.
Nice.
Which could be good if you guys get into a fight with like cultists, some that have guns, and know how to take cover. Unlike this Wendigo, who does not.
So do I need to?
Yeah, make me the perception check to just.
All right. Well, I mean, if he comes and advances on me, that is a nat 10. Bruda.
10.
Mine Bruda.
All right. So you do your 3d100, but don't double it because not magical, so it would cancel out.
Fair enough.
So just.
Oh baby. A 90, a 70, and a 60.
90, 160. Plus 60 is 220. 220. So that's he's taken 1,000 and 65 damage so far.
So he really rolled up to this room and was like, easy.
Yeah, and then and he just, yeah, I like that like you see like the silver glint of Boston Brooks' bullet in his chest, and you aim for that spot, and you just make the hole bigger, just in his chest, and break little bust out where black goo sprays out. He's like, he just looks at you like, what the heck, bro? Come on.
Porque.
Porque.
Anderson. Porque.
So that's your turn. Up next would then be Battlecock, who I assume will spend his action running.
Not dying.
Well, he's make an endurance check to not pass out.
He's being carried right now.
Not currently now, because Boss Ruba couldn't see him to pick him up. Because you're in the dark. Well, everyone's in the darkness spell currently.
Not me.
Well, not you, but X Battlecock.
Because I was gonna say, if I was able to dampening fog on him, I would have incurred the same disadvantage onto him that he did to the others without knowing that he did it to the others.
I see.
It would have been comedic irony.
Yeah, so Battlecock, give me an endurance check. It's at a -2 because at 20 health.
You're dying.
20 health. Yeah.
Oh, well now? Well,
you did like a ass ton of damage to
like
him though.
300
So
damage.
well then I'm glad I'm going out like a hero.
absolutely.
I got a 3.
So that's a 1 with the -2. So yeah, Battlecock falls unconscious.
He's unconscious.
Alive, but unconscious.
Well, at least he's alive.
Yeah, at least he's alive. It's Battlecock's turn. Anvil. Anvil sees his monster. He's been handed a lighter. He does not think the lighter's going to do anything because it's just a lighter to him. So he runs up into melee, swings his hammer, and he's just going to schwack this
I'm going to tell him, use it.
Technically, the Wendigo does have his reactions left, or back, rather, because it was who has been, like, around. Yeah, actually, no. I think the Wendigo is like, bro, mundane hammer? Come on, you can do better than this.
A sledgehammer?
Yeah.
Bursts into flames?
Yeah, what are you, part of the YMCA, bro? What's your deal?
It's fun to stay at the YMCA.
And then he's gonna get clapped by this sledgehammer.
We need to make that an actual, like, NPC now.
So he can do it, swing twice. So he's gonna swing twice. 1d12 times 10. What you know, it's not. It's 3d100 because.
So wait, can he swing twice per action, or?
Yeah. Twice per action.
Oh.
Because he has proficiency with his sledgehammer.
Oh.
And each strike can do a laborious smite for being a paladin, which is the actual damaging part of this. Why he's doing this.
Oh yeah.
So he runs up, and he smacks his Wendigo's like, "Come at me, bro. I can take it." And he wails on this Wendigo. And let's see. He hits him for 3d100. How many spells? He's gonna pump 3d100, so 3 more spell slots into this guy. He's just 6d100. 3 of which is halved, unfortunately. But
Hey, you know what? You know what? That's still an insane amount of D100s.
170 damage, not halved. So then I have to do the armor check. Because that sledgehammer doesn't ignore armor. He passed 1, so he takes 35 of that damage. So he's actually up to perfect 1,100 damage taken. He is approaching death, actually.
So I'm gonna turn to Mason and be like, the lighter, flick it. In his direction, not in mine.
And then he deals another additional 110 damage from his smite. So you see Mason rock up, and he and he slams his hammer into the Wendigo's chest, and he just kind of like begins to laugh, and then Anvil's like, laugh at this, and then this poof, and this burst of radiant light explodes from this hammer, and it blasts this chunk out of the Wendigo's chest, and he's like, goo covers Mason in like the ground and the wall, and then Mason comes back to swing a second time, and the Wendigo's like, oh hell no, I'm dodging this. I'm not getting hit with that a second time. That hurt. So he's going to attempt to dodge the second attack, which he does. So Mason comes in a second time, and the Wendigo just catches the sledgehammer, and he just like shoves it back at him, and he's like, "No, get out of here, Paladin, big fat nerd."
At this point, I'm gonna tell him to use the lighter.
That's the second action, so he's done.
Oh, that's the second action? I thought it was
yeah.
2 times per action.
It is, but he had to move to get to the,
Oh, that sucks.
Because he goes before the arch.
I'm gonna be like, hey, that lighter, I gave it to you for a reason. Don't make me look stupid.
Oh, he's gonna. So that's Anvil's turn. Anvil is like also like about to perish because of that banshee that happened earlier. So he is working on fumes, just wailing on this creature, trying to kill it before it can kill him.
No.
Unfortunately for him, up next is the Archdruid.
No.
The Archdruid, yeah, he gets wailed on. I am gonna have him regenerate because I forget, like, Wendigos do regenerate a substantial amount as well. I just forgot to write it down.
This ain't looking too good.
So that's 40, and then the turns.
I'm not even. Wait, no. Didn't we say we would have Brown heal him before we split up?
Brown, yeah, he did, but not a lot.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Yeah,
that kind of sucks.
300.
And there's not really much other way I can help him, so I gotta just watch him die.
Pretty much,
no.
yeah.
Oh no. I really just have to hope that he can, pull a move and just go unconscious.
Dodge, like one.
He can, but that doesn't solve the issue of him getting hit by the others.
Yeah, so the Archer begins to heal up a little bit, though not a lot, because he's taking a bajillion damage.
He is literally taking over 1,000 damage.
Yeah, he can't out heal that, I'm afraid. He's not quite that good.
And he's going to take more by the time my turn comes around.
Yeah. So the first action, he's going to just 2 claw attacks, just try to like stab into Mason. Just
I dodge immediately.
Not you, fool. Let me get
X's demon possesses Mason.
Mason can dodge twice, so he might escape this first attack, this barrage, unscathed.
Can Mason counter?
I don't know. I can check. He does pass the first dodge.
He is extremely proficient.
Does he have? He does not have a reaction ability like that, no.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate, because I was going to say he's got extreme proficiency, so should be able to counter.
Oh, I need to do that. Yeah. So he does dodge both of those claw swipes. So he does survive the first action, at least. Second action. The Archdruid really does not want to get hit like that again. Like,
well,
really does not want to get hit by that again. So he's going to. Oh, he could be funny, haha.
Oh no.
He's going to. Yeah. I need to make an endurance check for the Abyssal Archdruid, which he just passed, albeit very barely. It does 1d12. Wow, only 40. Dang. Mason lives.
Good. My baby boy.
So the Wendigo, he dodges these 2 claw strikes, and Anvil like
You mean Mason?
yeah. Mason dodges the claw strikes. He like bats the hands away with his sledgehammer. And each claw strike that hits the hammer carves gouges in the hammerhead. Just and he deflects them, and then the Archdruid bats the sledgehammer away, and then grabs Mason by the face, and just this pulse of black energy just rushes from the Archdruid's chest up his arm and into Mason's face and his head, and his veins go black, and he just and his skin goes pale, and he's drained of life. Good old withering touch. And then Mason one of his tattoos on his arms glow, and he punches the fist off of his face, and he falls to the ground, and he grabs his sledgehammer. He's looking really rough. He's gonna pass out, probably. He's at 30 health.
As long as he can last one more turn and just flick the lighter, he should be good.
He should. He'll as long as the lair doesn't finish him off, which it probably will. Let's see. So that is the Archdruid's turn. It is now X's turn. I assume you're just gonna run.
Yeah, I'm skedaddling.
Alrighty. 1,
You know
2,
you're running
3,
too, though.
5, yeah. 6, 7, 8. So you get like a third of the way there. Up next is also, after that, comes Boston Brook. I will say that the Archdruid would have dropped the Darkness spell because there's no reason for it to be here. He booked it. So Boston Brook sees Battlecock on the ground. He runs over, picks up Battlecock for part of his first action. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he just book it with his sword in one hand, Battlecock in the other. He runs up to where X is down the hall. Everyone's booking it over. It is now the Lair's turn.
This is not conducive to survival.
Now I think he's going to do the Summon Minions Lair ability. Which minion will he summon? I think he's going to go for the cool one.
Oh no.
Is he? Yeah.
Oh no.
Gotta get some minis for this. Skeleton. As he summons more of those vine-infested skeletons and the like. And then I will say that. Sure. So these are the Thorn Spreaders. And then this is the vine-infested skeleton. 1d6 and 1d4. I need those. Ooh, goody. 5 vine-infested skeletons and 2 thorn spreaders. That's like twice as many as there were in the mass grave. Perfect.
Oh no.
So as the group, you're all in kind of that like weird like shrine area with the weird like memorial pool. And out of the black pool, a bunch of those vine-infested skeletons climb out, looking for blood. They have to roll their own initiative, but they will do that in a moment. So they climb out of there, and then I will say that the 2 thorn spreaders come out of the walls to block the Bone Fairy from helping GVH and Anvil.
Oh no. And the Fae can't really do anything.
Well, they can attack
and
these
Anvil
guys, so.
And Anvil has oh no, they're bone. Oh
yeah,
wait.
Yeah, they're like her preferred enemy type. As good as it could get.
They are literally made of bone. You are literally fighting skeletons.
What are you talking about? I speak to them in the bone language, and they work for me now. Trust me. Clankle, clankle, shiver, shiver.
Rattle 'em,
Rattle,
boys.
rattle.
Yeah.
Rattle 'em, boys.
Yep.
The vine infested, they get a 4 on the dice plus 3, so 7.
Pure bone.
Savory.
Then a 1 on the dice plus 4 is a 4.
Delicious.
They go at the bottom of the turn order. They go after even Boston Brook. So.
Oh, that's perfect. That's
That's a
enough time
relief.
for me
Yeah,
to
That's a
like
relief.
eat a few of them.
Yeah. Same with Boston
So
Brook, too.
I have a
They go-
question. Could, in a sense, could Nyx just eat them?
I mean, yeah, I guess. In a certain manner of speaking. I mean, they'll fight back.
Just
But
slurp the bone mass.
I mean, look, if you want to roll as like I can
Look,
instantly
just take a rib
bone
cage,
absorb
okay?
them.
Just take
just
the
grab
ribs.
the skull off and just nom 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 nom.
What are you
Just
talking
go
about? I
for the
kind of want to
ribs.
just like instantly bone absorb them because it's pure bone.
I mean, it isn't pure bone. That's the thing. It isn't pure bone. They do have vines and stuff in them.
But who's keeping score?
It is the fairy's turn, and you're now caught between rock walls and an army of skeletons.
Oh, they don't know who they're messing with. I immediately force them to throw themselves up.
Okay.
Just imagine seeing a skeleton disgorge his own skull.
Just a smaller skeleton pops out.
Rattle them, boy.
So
I don't do that.
On 250 health or 150 health.
No, it's 150, I believe.
Oh yeah.
You made it.
You might
that
be able to kill those with. Yeah, you can
It
kill
is
the
150
normal
though.
vine infested guys with that ability, but you couldn't kill the bigger ones, the thorn spreaders.
The thorn spreaders are also made out of bones?
They are, but they're beefier.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
So essentially, you're just fighting bones.
Well, I how many
Bones
targets
and angry
are
plants.
how many angry bone plants are
There are
in front of me?
5 vine
Enough.
infested, 5 of the basic ones. None of which are in melee with you. The closest one is 10 feet. And then there are 2 thorn spreaders, the bigger ones with the flower bulbs floating around them, or attached to their chests.
Oh.
Those guys are the nearest one is 15 feet away from you.
So I'm pretty sure that clearly paralysis arrow is not going to work on bones.
I mean, if you hit the vines, yeah, because the vines are what's animating them. So. Depends on if paralysis arrow would work on vines, I guess.
Does paralysis work on plants? That's the real question.
I don't see why. It
What are you paralyzing them with?
I think it's magic, right?
It would have to be because it'd make no sense to randomly have
poison.
readily 1,000 poison arrows, you know?
Yeah, I'll say that they're magic arrows. Yeah, they do work.
It would make sense considering that it's coming from a tiny fairy, you know?
Yeah, because that small amount of poison wouldn't do anything to a human, let alone an undead who's immune to poison.
Yeah, so it's got to be. So,
This is magic.
what I'm gonna do though is
Allure.
yes, the 15 feet away. That's the closest big enemy. Is there a closer small enemy? Just wondering.
Yeah, there's the only the vine infested skeletons, the basic ones. 2 of them are 10 feet away from you, and then the rest are farther away. And then on the opposite side of you, blocking you from helping JVH and fighting the Wendigo, there are 2 thorn spreaders, the bigger ones, and the closest one of those is 15 feet away from you.
Okay. So I'm going to schwack his, femur.
Okay, you schwacking the
You
bigger
can't
guy's
stand
femur,
anymore.
or are you schwacking a tiny
No,
guy's
the big ass femur.
bigger dude? Okay, it's
Bigger
absorb bones, or are you discord?
No, I'm doing skeletal surgery.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, actually, does disgorge require a check? What check is it?
It requires an endurance check.
Okay, so it's just my endurance check. Okay.
Yeah.
And then absorb absorb bones. Does that even require a check?
No.
No, that's just I walk. They get into melee range. I go, God. That means I have to wait to use that, or else they'll actually just all run away from me. I'm like, no, don't disengage, please. I just got here.
No, no, please come back to me.
I need my
You
food.
beautiful, beautiful specimen.
Exactly. So the big boy, I'm gonna. Oh God, his big femur.
All right, so you're gonna skeletal surgery his femur.
Yeah.
Imagine,
He
just
has an agility
imagine
of
Peter
1
Parker.
now.
Just
There's an agility of
imagine
2. You have 2
Enter the
because he has 4.
Spider-Verse where he's eating the burger.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I need to do 1d4 times 10 damage.
Yeah, and of
Off
course
the
an
bat.
endurance check from you.
I need to do that first. Hold on. I got an 8. Is it disadvantage?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
1d4. I almost did 11d4 times 10. 30 damage off the bat on this man.
All right. So he is nicked as his femur kind of like his like legs kind of grow over the vines and like trap them in place so they can't move. So he's kind of like limping towards you. First action.
These thorn spreaders, have we seen them do anything before, or they just appeared?
I'm pretty sure you guys ganked them before they could do anything.
Yeah.
Grave.
So we don't know what they do.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is going to happen? Is there anyone else with me, or is it just solo right now?
It's you two.
Well,
It's just you
it's
two.
the fairies. So the fairies are in the middle of these two enemy types, and then X Battlecock and Boston Brook are like cut off from you by the basic enemies, the thorn infested, vine infested.
Okay, so what she's going to do is do Fey Fire on the big guy. Is there anyone next to that big guy that I schwacked?
There are two
his
big
femur?
dudes right next to each other. Yeah.
Oh, so I get both of them.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, sick.
They are fairy fired.
And then
And that's for like what, 5 combat turns?
you know it. I think the next thing that she's gonna do is God, that could be really mean.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, but that's not one guy. I kind of want to get both guys. Actually, yeah, I'll do that first. I'm going to. Yeah, I'm gonna throw a curse arrow at the guy without the femur.
Okay. Cursed arrow at man without femur. Well, the guy that you did surgery on, or you didn't do surgery on?
Yeah, the guy did do surgery on the guy without the femur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe that perception check.
Yeah, got a 7. Thank God for advantage.
Then roll that 1d4 because it can't dodge range attacks. They suck.
Oh. 4.
4. All right.
That's pretty
this guy
good.
has many status effects.
Yeah. Disadvantage on all targets checks. So now that I have that on,
that's
can I do that?
Tooth Fairies, both of her actions, and then one of the Bone Fairy's actions.
I think the Bone Fairy. I don't have any more bone. Oh wait, but I have all the bone mass. What are we talking about? There's a bunch of skeletons. Okay, so the Bone Fairy is going to hold. Let's see here. Yeah, she's gonna grip from below the guy without the femur.
I'm just gonna harass this poor man, huh?
Oh yeah, like this man. He has disadvantage to his checks, minus agility. This man.
All right, so down to 3.
Really giving it.
So, grip from below. until Tarstan is okay. So he's grappled until he can succeed on a strength check at the end of his combat turn. All right, cool. I'll keep that in mind. That's the fairies done. Up next is JVH.
Another shot.
All right, make that perception check.
All right.
Actually, I've just been one action reloading,
Yeah.
and you have to use one action to ritual.
Oh shit. How close is
The Wendigo?
the
15 feet.
Wendigo? Yeah. 15
He's,
feet.
he's across the circle from you right now. Like you're
Oh.
parallel from him across the circle.
Free action.
Oh,
Cry.
can you know what? I'll spend 2 turns putting in to the ritual, and
Okay.
I'll yell out to Anvil and be like, "Hey, use the lighter this time."
Okay, so you call it to him and you see that he's he's pressing the bar of his hammer against the Wendigo's chest, trying to keep him from clawing at him. And he looks over sort of like, "I'll see what I can do." He's just
All you need to do is flick it in his direction. Trust me.
he's just like you also see that he is like going down, like he's bleeding like ichor from his eye sockets and his nose, like his veins are all black, he's deathly pale, like he is not doing good. Poor Mason getting his life rattled and ended in that matter.
Yeah.
In this case, JVH Battlecock is unconscious until further notice. In that case, guess who? Anvil.
Hell yeah.
Anvil, he's got 30 HP. I gotta make sure he doesn't pass out. He should. He's a pretty
Yes.
enduring guy. But
He is. That he is.
yeah, he's fine. Even with the -1, he's fine. He can heal himself, I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
He might try to do that,
but
honestly, because he's gonna perish in a second.
I would say 1 turn to heal, 1 turn for the lighter.
I lied. He cannot heal himself.
Oh no.
Isn't that kind of
I
paladin?
think our healer died a long time ago.
Yeah, healer died 8 seasons ago. In that case, his first action, because he thinks he's going down, like he thinks he's dying, so he's going to
Take him with you.
Yeah, so he's 16 ton striking right now. He's just going
No,
for it all the way. I'm actually gonna buff this damage a little bit because of the melee buff. Yeah. Okay. So
So wait. Can't he share the burden with me?
he could, but that wouldn't like the amount of damage that the Wendigo does per punch would knock him down even if he burdened with you.
Oh.
He has 30 HP left.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not going good for Mason right now.
All right. Well, at least take the Wendigo with you. Trust
Yeah,
me
he's
on
true.
this. Use the lighter.
All right, so he'll use the lighter first then. So he'll hold him back and he'll and try to blast his dude. So that's just 3
Because the Wendigo can't dodge. The Wendigo can't dodge, and it's not negated because it's magical.
Yeah. That's not the right dice. I rolled 3d10, 3d100. He does 220 damage because it's doubled for being fire. So he's back up to having taken 1,060 damage. With that,
Wait, it's halved?
it's not halved; it's doubled because it's fire.
Oh.
And then Mason, his second action, his first action, he flicks the lighter. His second action, he's going to he's going to 16-ton strike. He's just, I've had enough of this. And I think honestly, can the Wendigo dodge? I don't think he used.
Well,
any of his
he just took
reactions.
holy fire damage.
I don't think he used any of his reactions.
No,
Between
because he
turns.
couldn't react to the fire.
Yeah. because that's a 15-foot cone. Okay. I mean, so you could dodge.
Good.
He could. How confident is winning? I think that's confident. I think Wendigo thinks he's winning right now. I think he's like, oh yeah. Come at me, buddy. Let's see. What do you got? I'll take your holy fight.
The fire hurt.
Yeah, the fire hurt.
I'll give you that
more.
much.
So he's like, whatever. This is a weird fight. This is a weird day for me. I'm just gonna kill you and move on. So yeah.
Today's fun. A day full of firsts.
Yeah. So in this case, Mason collides his hammer, and he's pumping 3 more spell slots into the smite. Again.
So he's going like full Kenshiro on that.
Yeah, he's pumping every hard-hitting ability he has, he's using on this Wendigo. So this is 4d12 times 10 plus 3d100.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. This is why, bro, paladins are scary.
I'm glad he's on our side.
Yeah. So that's
What's the
310 damage with the 4d12 plus 210. So that's 310 plus 210. That's 520 damage. Jeez, that's like a life limit strike. More than a life limit strike, actually. My God.
Jeez.
520 damage. Oh my God.
Now, if only the Wendigo would die from this.
If only. I gotta think about something for a second. Hold on.
Oh no.
Who wants to say evens or odds?
I will.
All right, evens or odds.
Odds.
All right. Unfortunate for you.
How unfortunate for me.
Yeah, I rolled evens.
Oh no.
So Mason, and this like truly like GVH, you see this hammer. It's like the magic of this spell artificially makes it weigh 16 tons is the gimmick. So when Mason swings it in the air, like it makes a sonic boom, like it rocks the ground and it impacts, and then he.
Do I need to make an endurance check to keep going?
No, you're fine. You're 10 feet away.
Oh, so I can just feel the magical pressure.
Yeah. It's blinding light. This massive blast of wind impacts onto this Wendigo. Just. Oh man, because it's holy damage. We do double damage too.
Yeah.
Over 1,000 damage in one strike. Jesus Christ.
So we've now dealt over 2,000 damage to this Wendigo.
Yeah, that would kill him. That would do it. So with this, and like, GVH, you're blind right now, but you can feel you can feel reality drop from like a 10 to like an 8. As Mason's sheer, like, keep in mind, this is Paladins. This is only Mason's raw willpower making this happen. Like, shatters reality a little bit and just obliterates this Wendigo.
I have a question. Does he go unconscious from this?
Yeah, I'm gonna say this puts him out. This lays him out flat.
So the Wendigo's dead, essentially.
Yeah, so the Wendigo, this massive blinding light, you all can, like, even, like, around the corner, like, in the hallway where the rest of the party is, there's this blinding light.
You can feel it.
You can feel the rumbles, hear the sonic boom. The Wendigo is, like, his torso is just obliterated. Just, like, not even, like, ichor everywhere. It's just incinerated, just reduced to atoms.
Just the torso, so there's still something to kill.
Yeah, there is something that will
here.
come back, yeah. But even if you destroyed the entire body, he would still resurrect.
Okay, because I was hoping he wouldn't get incinerated by the lighter, because I realized that would incinerate the body, and we would have to lure him into the circle and then kill him in the circle.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
yeah.
so this it just obliterates the Wendigo. And I will say, for sake of ease, the skeletons also perish.
Collapse.
Yeah.
But are the bones still there, so we can at least get Nick some bones?
Yes, the bones are there still.
Yeah, I
Nice.
consume all the bones.
All right, you get like 80 bajillion.
Are we out
bones.
of combat, or
Yeah,
do
we're
we
out
still
of
have to
combat.
worry about the lair?
No,
Okay.
well, but he was the lair basically. He could
Oh,
control
okay.
it psychically. So yeah, so this earth-shattering explosion, Mason goes flying back like with the sheer force of his own strike, slams into the rock wall, cracks the rock wall, like rocks fall. He gets hit with like stalactites from the ceiling. Gets like impaled from what's on the ground. He's out cold, as his battlecock, but the Wendigo lies in several pieces.
Okay, well that's good. I'm gonna focus on finishing this ritual because I know the others are like right around the corner, so they'll definitely be able to help out Mason. But in the meantime, I'm going to focus on finishing this.
Yeah, so the rest of the group, you all round this corner, and here lies Mason Anvil.
He's not dead,
he's
right?
Not dead. No, he's not dead. He's a very
Fully dead.
He looks
All
really
gone.
close to being dead. He's bleeding from many places on his body. He looks half dead already. His veins are black with necrotic energy. His arm that held his like tattoos are like burned into his forearms now. Like the energy was so powerful it like branded his arm with the sledgehammer tattoos. So that's what he uses to empower the strike. So yeah, he's out cold, permanently scarred, out cold. He's gonna be out for a very, very long time. So is Battlecock, but also unconscious. And JVH, they're around the corner. You see Osterbuck has Battlecock cradled unconscious in his hands, bleeding from a massive gash on his side. But you guys do manage to finish this ritual. I have to roll 1d20. So I'm going to do it off screen, just for the extra tension. Get my d20 out.
So is this going to be an all-out race against time?
All right, you're lucky. I rolled very high. Which is
Okay,
bad for
good.
Wendigo.
2 hours.
I rolled a 16, so he's going to be out
Oh,
for a
wow.
while. So for the sake of
So
time,
yeah, that
plenty of time.
that strike really did him in.
Yeah, that strike like obliterated like part of the spirit. Like it's hurting. So
Good.
you finish the spell, you put the body in the circle. Bosterbook casts the ritual. He opens a hole in reality, a wormhole in reality, walks through it. It closes behind him. An hour later, it reopens where it was before because he makes like a permanent teleportation circle.
I'm a doctor. I'm a doctor, right?
I'm not a medical doctor.
But I have a
guys can patch
doctor.
him up. Yeah, you guys can patch him up.
I was gonna say.
Or you can stabilize him at least. He won't bleed out.
I was gonna say I'll stabilize both of them actually while we're just
well,
waiting.
Yeah, and then Bosterbuck, the ritual circle glows again. The hole opens. Bosterbuck steps out carrying a big axe, a big silver axe, and a silver lockbox because he didn't want to use one in the church. And he also has a silver dagger. He walks over, and sure enough, see that the only part of the Wendigo's torso wasn't destroyed by that blast was a black charcoal chunk of a heart covered in
Thought it was
ice.
supposed to be ice.
Well,
Oh,
it's covered
okay.
in ice, yeah.
I was about to say if it's just the charcoal,
No,
we did it wrong.
It's covered in ice. So then, Bosterbuck, he places the silver dagger, point down, and he takes the pommel wedge limit, and he hammers the dagger into the heart through the ice. He's in a few strikes, but he manages to get it in. And he puts the heart in the lockbox. He cuts the limbs up a little bit more with the silver axe, just to make sure that it's there. You all leave the mine through that staircase that you guys found before, because Bosterbuck has to find staircase and he knows where it is. Come in and clutch again. So you all leave the mine shaft with the lockbox. Bosterbuck goes and buries it. You guys go into the middle of the old quarry or wherever, the field in the mining site. X uses Pick 6 to incinerate the limbs, because of course it's Pick 6. What other spell could he use? And then You all kind of wait for the wind to blow in the various directions, and then you scatter the ashes, and then Bosterbook buries the lockbox in the graveyard next to the church. And he comes back covered in dirt. He's also covered in like ichor and stuff and Battlecock's blood. He has this big shovel over his shoulder, and he walks back, looks at you guys, and he's like, "Well, that was intense, but it is done. The world is saved."
And then I turn to a Wendigo.
Dun dun dun. The goblin is actually a Wendigo the whole time.
The Wendigo is there with us.
He's standing casually next to you guys, like, "Oh, really sick."
God, I was tired of that guy.
It's like Metal Gear Solid, where Skullface is clearly dead, but he's there.
Yeah. But yeah. So you've done it. You've slain the beast. You also can feel, and on the back on the surface, there's a certain levity to the air again. There's no more like oppressive sense of fear. There's no more feeling of constantly being watched. You feel that the curse, whatever it was, has been lifted. You guys look over across the old quarry to the Druidic shrine, and now instead of just being a weird circle of grass and rocks, it is now a blossoming grove with big trees and blossoming flowers and bushes, and there are some animals around it and stuff, as life is returning to this area again. Because you
Very
killed the
nice.
monster that was killing the
How
earth.
nice.
So yeah, the goblin guy walks out from his like big mansion on the hill, and he comes over and he's like, "You guys can't finish the job yet, or what? I'm not paying you so you can sit around and do nothing.
You're not paying us at all.
We're paying the company."
Yeah, you are. And you know what? I think our company is going to take a deeper look into you.
Like, what, me?
Because
This guy didn't.
you've had your workers working under extremely vile conditions. So I think our company is going to take things from here.
He's like, "What are you?
I look at Boston Brook. I'm like, wow, you're really gonna throw like this?
Gonna throw like
Despicable.
this. Buster looks, "Why are you looking at me for? I didn't do anything."
I'm gonna turn to the goblin and I'm gonna be like, "Look, it's not that we don't appreciate your patronage to us, but you are a small fish in a much bigger pond, and we have higher authority over you. So, yes, we're going to be shutting down your mine and taking a deeper look into the property around it. And some of our agents will be with you shortly."
And the goblin guy's kind of like, "Why you can't do this?" And Anvil, like,
Oh,
wrapped in
I
bandages,
assure you,
limping
I
over,
can.
covered in blood and ichor. He limps over to the goblin and he smacks the goblin man on the back, and he's like, "Don't worry, Drob. I'm sure they won't find anything unseemly, right?" And the goblin's like, "Get away from me, you massive Neanderthal." And then Mason just kind of laughs really like loud and heartily, and he smacks the goblin on the back again, but he smites him, so he goes flying. He's and Mason laughs even harder, and then he promptly doubles over in pain because his ribcage is obliterated, and his lungs are like pierced in 4 places. He walks over to you guys, and he's like, "I don't know how to express my gratitude to you and your companions here for helping my people out and lifting the curse." And
Oh, it's quite simple, really. We take checks.
and Mason's like, he laughs and he's like, "Oh, I think the goblins got that part covered. I'm thinking y'all from heart to heart. Spellcasters to spellcaster."
Bone to bone?
And he looks at you and he's like, no, not. You're like, I do feel like one of my ribs is missing. Did you happen to know what happened with that, or?
Whatever, dude.
I'm gonna cough and make the symbol of my thumb pressing a detonator to Nyx, as in if you stole one of his ribs.
I didn't steal shit. All right, you're blaming me because stereotype. I see how it is, man. Saying
Racial
he's
profile.
ethical over here. Honestly, what you think all bone fairies are the same? Psh, clearly, someone
No, but I
isn't
think
versatile.
you're a very unpredictable bone fairy.
That's a lie. Have you seen the archmage that was right there? Couldn't do shit. Magical wood.
Anyway, you and your workers, I can assure you, will be handsomely compensated for the troubles that have occurred.
And he's like, "Oh well, I don't want for anything of the sort, but yeah, please, I appreciate the help from my working fellows." He's like, so,
I'll hand him a business card, and it'll be to one of the nearby branches, and I'll tell him to spread the number around and have the workers call that number.
Like, oh, is it like
and
a
the
class action
paperwork will be
lawsuit or
filed for
something?
them.
Yeah, so
No, nothing like that. But the paperwork will be handled.
Like, oh, I see. Yeah, sure, I'll pass this around. And he's like, oh, and he turns to all of you and he's like, it is a pleasure to have fought side by side with all of you. So, if our paths do happen to collide once more, you have my hammer. And he says, and he taps the hammer that's now like. You also see that the hammer is like the really deep gouges that were cut in the head of it from the Wendigo's slices. I've been like filled in with the black ichor and are like kind of like glowing with weird purplish golden energy. As in he enchanted the hammer with the Wendigo's blood.
Ooh.
So he got a power up from doing that.
So now it does even more holy damage.
Yes, now it is super holy. And like, yeah, so if our paths do happen to cross ever in the future, you can look forward to receiving my help and the help of my companions.
Very much appreciated.
And he limps off into the sunset using his hammer as a walking stick.
So now that this ordeal is over, I still have that satellite phone, right?
You do, yeah. You can call.
I'm gonna
JPCU.
call HQ and be like, hey, yeah, I need a containment crew out here. I need a capture crew, and yeah, I need you to bring amnestics and medical.
Yeah. They do all that stuff.
I'm gonna also have them bring like the religious team, like to like
take care of the
bless
church
the grounds and the church and
hold a
the
funeral for Father
reliquary
Brown and all that stuff and
yeah.
That's all easily done. McLaughlin is like, oh yeah, sure, they'll be there in an hour or two.
A standard class 2 cleanup crew.
Yeah. And on that note, we can end the episode here.
Very nice. If you guys liked it, let us know. I sure as hell did. And we will see you in the next episode. Peace.